Hello, beloveds. It's Karen Russo, author of The Money Keys, and you can think of me as your spiritual money guide during very interesting times. So I'm coming to you in March 2020 from planet Earth, where there's a call for spiritual and financial resiliency for us individually, wherever we are on the planet, for us in our business, our profession, our contribution, our art, our communities, and for us as governments and economies, as brothers and sisters and neighbors and friends, with the beloved and the stranger. So let's talk about financial and spiritual resiliency. I'm going to talk about three things. One is perspective. When you remember who you are, you will be better equipped to navigate. Number two is the wisdom and power of making decisions. And number three, creativity. When we tune into the opportunities of this moment, there's magnificence there, as well as healing, as well as compassion required. So those three things. We'll start with perspective. So I am a person who is deeply surrendered to spirit, and I am also very attuned to facts. So I am not telling you to pretend that facts are not facts. Oh no. When I came up, that was called denial. Facts are facts. Viruses are viruses. Pandemics are pandemics. Lockdowns are lockdowns. Emotion and fear, it's factual. So present to facts, and let's adopt the perspective of also remembering who we are. So when you remember that you are one with something greater, and I really believe for me and for you, for all of us, that we are made in the image and likeness of a loving spiritual source, God, higher power, universe. And that spiritual source, being the nature of who we are, means that we are abundant, supplied, free, unlimited. Our capacity is that. And when we tune into one source, we're able to have respect and compassion for the various channels through which food and shelter and supplies and medical attention and money flows. But we do not get our spiritual sustenance or security from channels. So if you have a portfolio that is all of a sudden down 25%, just know that your spiritual source is infinite. And material channels, they come, they go, they rise, they fall. When you can remember that, what it does is it reduces anxiety, and it's going to lead you to be able to make better decisions, which I'll talk about in a moment. The other thing to remember in our perspective is that the nature of time. So all we have truly is the now moment. This is the only thing that is capital R real. And it's tempting because a lot of financial models, excuse me, a lot of financial models will show us, invest this now and over time it incrementally will go up. Is that beyond financial models? Is that there is nothing in our past that has any precedent over the potentiality of who we are now and who we may be. So what that means is this too will pass and anything is possible. So hold the space that healings can happen and that financial recreation is possible. I've certainly been through it, haven't you? So that's perspective. When you hold that perspective, you'll be more enriched, empowered, satisfied, and calm. And we need you that way. Now, number two, wisdom to make decisions. So, if number one, perspective is that feminine strength, the number two idea I'm talking about is masculine power. So the wisdom to take decisive action is essential. Birth, growth, and death are facts of this existence. Sometimes things need to stop. Sometimes you need to close down. Sometimes you need to retreat and go online. Sometimes you need to say no. And if you can make decisions from a place of wisdom, caring, courage, it's just going to be that much easier for you to use your mental capacities, for you to be able to survey the factual environment, for you to be able to listen and make protective measures that make sense. So be comfortable with using your intellect and wisdom and being able to say stop, no, for the things you need to do. And that includes, if you're a business owner, the decisions you make for business. It also includes, you know, um, cancellations, asking for refunds. Do you provide sick pay for your people? If you are in a joint venture, how can you be creative about it? What can be postponed? What large expenses can be put off? Like, be smart and decisive financially. And all of that leads into the creativity. You see, we need to be compassionate with the pain and the fear and the risk that we have individually and collectively. And everything in life is always calling us to be more and never less the magnificent spiritual beings that we are. So, how are you being called to be more flexible, more creative, more innovative in your personal and collective life? Uh, Many of my mom will watch these videos like, you know, moms do. And one of the things that we've just implemented is doing Zooms with each other because we're being creative and flexible. So just know that there's creativity and flexibility in your relationships that's possible and also in your business life. So what are the projects that you've been longing to bring forward that are needed now? What do your prospects and clients require that you can be offering them? What are new ways to provide value to the people that appreciate your services? When you tune into how can I be of maximum service? What can I circulate? You will be supplied and you will be making a difference in a world that absolutely does need us at our very best. I believe in you. Peace and blessings, everybody.